Hey guys, I'm back with another photography video, and today what we're talking about is budget photography. So you may just be starting out with your new DSLR or a point and shoot, or you just really have a great interest in photography, but once you start looking at all the equipment out there, you may be a little blown away by some of the prices. So I'm here to show you some things that you can do to really cut the budget. Okay, so there are a couple things that you need in terms of photography. Number one is going to be light. Light is essential in terms of photography. Now you can use indoor lighting, but indoor lighting is not as strong as you think. When you start looking through the camera, you start to see, oh wow, I need a lot more light. We have a very large natural resource that lights us every day, which is the sun. So currently right now I have the window facing me right here. So there's a window right behind the camera and the light shining through, that's all the light I'm using. I just make sure that I'm, far enough away where the light isn't just on me so I don't get those like really blown out highlights. But if I do have way too much light coming in and the sun is really intense, you can use white curtains to diffuse that light and bring it down. Or if you have blackout curtains, as most people do, especially in their bedrooms, or just in general, they just like the darker curtains, you can pick up something like a tablecloth. So I have this plastic tablecloth right here, and this can be taped up to a window, and that will definitely diffuse the light. This can also work as a reflector. As you can see, I can kind of bounce light back onto myself. And the third thing that you can do with this is you can use it as a backdrop. Now right now I haven't unfolded it, but I can unfold this, and this is a pretty big size because it covers like a 9 foot table. So I can pin this up against the wall, and now I have a white backdrop. They do come in a lot of different colors, so you can basically build your own backdrop with these. They're very inexpensive. I picked this up at my local dollar store, so it was $1. And speaking of tablecloths, you can find like summer ideas. So I found this one. This is a really fun summer backdrop, and this would be great for portraits and fun little projects to do with photography. So these are very inexpensive, and you can just either tape them up to a wall, put them over a curtain rod, or you can use these chip clips. So I found these, and these are really great. You can either tape them up, or if you want to and you're handy with tools, you can drill a hole through the back if they don't have a hole, and then just use like command hooks to hold up your backdrop. And that'll give you a great space to put up backdrops. The last thing about backdrops is you can also use shower curtain liners, or even shower curtains, or curtains in general. I picked this one up again at the dollar store, and this was $1, and it's got a really fun pattern to it, really fun and summery. So I would be able to create my own backdrop with this just by putting it up against the wall, and now I have this great fun background. One thing I do love to do, and I visit a lot of craft stores all the time, is I go through the remnant section, and sometimes you'll find these really great fabrics there that you can create some gorgeous backgrounds and some high quality textured backgrounds, especially if you get like, the thicker brocades and things like that. All of those materials are going to give you like really fun textures. You can also use all of this stuff to do like product photography. It's not just for portraits. You can do product photography. And speaking of product photography, one great dupe for taking images in products is mirrors, and to get those gorgeous reflections, or going to like your local hardware store to pick up tiles. So you can buy individual tiles, and those could be like your background. You can build a background with those tiles. Another thing that I love to do is I go to my local dollar store or craft store, and I love looking through their flower section to either use as props. I can build backdrops with this, or even if I'm practicing like macro photography, this has got some great texture. I'm very allergic to flowers. I just sneeze all over the place, so these are a great benefit for me. You can also just peruse everything. The dollars and craft stores are usually like, you know, very seasonal. So you get a lot of new things in every season. Go through that and you will find amazing props that you can use for your photography. But if you are, you know, taking pictures and the light isn't cutting it, for example, right now I have enough light coming in. If I was shooting and I needed some light coming back this way, one thing that you can do is also buy either foam core panels or poster board to use as a reflector. Reflectors usually are about $30–$40 depending on the size, but using a $1 piece of foam core is going to get you all that light bouncing back. Just like we did with the shower curtain where we were bouncing that light, you're going to have this nice little sturdy panel that you can bounce light around. But if even that's not cutting it and you need to add more light, I definitely recommend going in the route of either LED flashlights or LED pucks. Now, what I would say when it comes to these is look for those that have like higher lumen counts. So I was looking at the package. Let me grab this. So this for the LED puck, it tells me right here that this has 80 lumens, which is fairly low, but you know, if I'm having somebody hold it, you know, just underneath to get a little bit of light in those shadowed areas, then that's going to be enough. This one is about 150 lumens, so it's a little bit brighter, and I can definitely do maybe even some spots and just some pools of light and things like that. So you can definitely use your LED flashlights and pucks to your advantage. One great thing about these, since they're so inexpensive, this was $1, is that I can take a marker and color over this front clear plastic part, and then when I turn it on, I'm going to have a colored light, and that's going to give me some really fun looks for when I'm taking images. And again, you know, outdoors, you can shoot outdoors all you like, and using those reflection panels or using the foam core is really going to save you a lot of money instead of having to bring out flashes or having to buy additional lights. You know, always look at where you have shadows. For example, if we're outside and the light is coming from above, if it's like really high noon almost, where that sun is like really high in the sky, you're gonna get a lot of shadows here in this area, and you're gonna get a lot of shadows here. Well, that's where your reflector comes in, and then you can bring that light back up. Or if you're shooting and the sun is on one side and so the person is half shadowed, you would just put that reflection panel where the shadows are and catching the light and bouncing it back onto your subject, whether that's a person, a pet, or even rocks. You know, who knows what you'll be shooting. But have fun shooting outdoors, have fun shooting indoors, and don't think that you need to buy the most expensive gear to get the best look out of your camera. So I'll be back next time with another video on photography tips. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did take any of these tips and went out and shot some great pictures, share them with us with the hashtag Fountaindale.lib. See you next time.